Here we go. Where's my water? Here's my water. Got to have a drink. It's like 84 degrees today. Oh my goodness. We'll wait a few seconds for everyone to gather. I've got to go get myself another macadamia caramel cluster thing. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Good to see everyone tonight. I'm back in the shop again. Thought we weren't going to go live, but we are. We are live. Hello, Larry. Hello, Christina James. You getting better every day? Sure hope so. Macadamia caramel crunch. Let's see, Larry and Christina. Larry found some stuff at Dollar General. Some Mio. Nice. Help him get hydrated. Good. Christina's got experience with that one. Hey, Joe. How you doing? Let's see. Buffy's in the house. Sorry for eating my caramel cluster. They're just so good. Hello, Cindy. Hello, hello. Cindy is finishing up her last dragon kit. Is May Dragon Month? Hey, Rebecca. How you doing? By the way, Rebecca, I should be 58 right now. I just stood in my little base there and let those guys do a lot of activity around me. Let's see. And just get points while you're standing there. Momo's in the house. Hello, Momo. Stacy Guidry's here. Hello, Stacy. Yeah, you're going to be loving this tonight, Stacy and Momo. My ebonite, my second shipment of ebonite from India got here. And it's as gorgeous as the first. Oh, my goodness. Rebecca, where do you see this pink ebonite? Oh, my goodness. Let's see. And Mad Pug 01. I bet you Mad Pug 01 has a pug. Like for a dog? Am I right? No? Yes, Tim. Hopefully every day we'll have a voice this week. Way to go, Christina. Nothing worse than being sick. I don't wish it on anybody. I don't want anyone to get sick, be sick. Just want them to get over being sick. Let's see, because it's just no fun. Hey, Brian. By the way, Brian, very nice job on the bushings. By the way, Brian is now supplying the bushings for the screw-in, also known as twist-on inserts that we put there for the little threaded diamond painting tips. His are quality. My goodness. But Brian, I need to know the exact dimension because I need to know the outer dimension because I was using a 5/16" drill and it's nice, but I want it to be just a hair snugger. So I need that exact dimension so I can look at my handy dandy chart here. See, I got my handy dandy chart to tell me which drill bit I got to use. So, by the way, I got to take a picture of that for Larry. But I want to know exactly what the exterior dimension is, fix up that drill bit. I guess I could mic it myself, but you being a machinist, probably pretty tightly, dialed in there kind of thing. Let's see. And we got Mo. Howdy, Mo. Yeah, so Brian is the man. Brian, have you invented my 3-inch longer dead center yet? I had to remember what that was called. Mad Pugs has 2 pugs. That should be Mad Pugs 01 or Mad Pug 02. Oh, yeah, you got to count up. I'm glad you're doing good, Joe. My daughter fosters pugs. Joe, You know everything. It is amazing. You've got a network of having lived there, know people that were there, work for great companies that make great products. I mean, Joe is a wealth of experience and knowledge. I'm telling you. Yeah, Brian is awesome. 0.311. Let me go see. See that? That's a man with precision right there. Let's see, 0.311. That is going to be a 7.9 millimeter. See, the next one up from 0.311 is 5/16. So there's really not much. I guess I could go to an N, but N might be too snug. So I guess 5/16. I use 5/16 and a little bit of a drip of super glue or CA glue there. So not bad. Always good to have information. Thank you, Brian. To a 310. So a little bit smaller. I may try an N. I don't want to burst the end of the pen, of course. So I'll try on a sample. The Queen has not left. Is she left? I don't know. Let me see if she's here. Hey, Carrie, you still here? Yeah. Kevin's waiting. 7. Carrie goes, what time is it? 7. Ah! So, Kevin, enjoy a soda on me, buddy. Let's see. Thumbs up helps support Tim. Thank you, Momo. We always appreciate that. Let's see. TBC Bushing says, not yet. Is that not yet for leaving? You're exactly right, Brian. Been crazy busy. Yeah, we were busy today. I gave, we'll give everybody the story about how the move. And by the way, a lot of people think that this move has sort of be sudden. That's because you just heard about it. But I have been working on this move since late January, early February. That's good, Brian. We all need them, man. We all need them. Glad you're making more. Yeah, so we have been doing this for a while, planning and plotting and calling and figuring out stuff and all that kind of stuff. We'll give everyone the lowdown when we get out there and out in Phoenix. Yeah, Brian, we're moving to Phoenix, so I have to change our address with you here in a little while. But I did get my shipment of ebonite today. I've got the duplicate sitting right here. Ships this way from India. Absolutely wonderful. That's about it was like $600 worth. It was 400 and something for the ebonite and 200 and something for shipping. Yeah, spendy stuff. But here's Carrie. Kevin's waiting.
I know. Sorry, Kev.
But she's still standing here.
I know. But there's a lot of beautiful ebonite that we chose, and I think you're going to like it. There was one ebonite out there that we had number 14. And number 14, we asked them to remake it, and it came close with a couple, so it's not exactly like that photo. So
if we didn't tell you, nobody would know the difference.
No, but I have to be honest and trustworthy and tell you the real deal.
Thrifty, brave, Korean, and reverent.
Yes. There you go.
Get out of here.
Oh.
Go get Kevin.
Okay. Anyway, so he's got some beautiful stuff. I wish I could stay here, but Kevin needs that.
But Rebecca, where do you see this pink ebonite? I didn't even think it was possible.
I found it.
Momo, and why you turn my light off? What's up with that? So Momo and Christina James say hello. Kevin says tisk, 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 tisk.
Shame on mother. But I was diamond painting.
So do you got these in order?
Yes, you're doing. Oh, yes, they're in order.
Okay. Yeah, we got a couple of event pens to do. Cool. All right. But we got to get busy. But let me show you the ebonite. The good old ebonite. Camera going here to that one right there. There it is. So those are the ones that were not in that package that I just lifted up. I have to take the lid off. Okay. Yep, bring him a soda. Carrie's already in the doghouse. So, Starting on this side here, we've got this one. And this is I would call it a yellow beige, black, and where they mix, sort of brown. Very, very cool. This one here is very interesting. There's a really couple of, I'll get them all shined up one day. I wonder if I could just hit that on the buffer. I wonder if that would just buff it up a little bit to see it. Oh, that works pretty good. Oh, what the heck, man? That's pretty cool. Look how that did that. Shined it up a little bit. So this is I would call this a grape and light green mixture. Is that too cool? Let's see. Here is this is going to be famous for the Halloween here. This is very Halloween-y. Black and orange. That is going to be, there's going to be a Halloween event that's going to want to do that one. Let's see. What is this one here? Oh, this one is really cool. My goodness. That does a pretty nice little job. Here is, let me get this thing moved over to there so I can see what the heck I'm doing. I would call this a dark beige slant tan with it's like a really dark black purple kind of thing. And even down here, it gets a little bit more of the black purple and a little bit less of the beige. And down here, even a little more different. Here's a very nice one. This is a beige and green, tan and green, or whatever you want to call that. This one I really like. This is a dark green. I call it Kelly green with beige. A little bit of black trailing through there. Did you forget something? Uh-oh. Her phone. Can't go anywhere without the phone. This is a light orange and green. This one is that same orange with sort of that black purple kind of look. This one looks like a college right there. Washington Redskins, maybe. Sort of a light orange with, or maybe gold you'd call that. I'm not sure. With maroon, I'm thinking. Solid orange. That'll make a great fountain pen. This one here is, I think this is just solid black. Black or something. I'll have to figure out what that is later. Sort of a maroon red. Crimson. Carrie, correct me, it's crimson. This one is, this has got a design in there. Let me see if I can, these are all sort of oily and greasy and stuff. Not sure why they're like that. Yeah, this is just solid orange. A little bit of, I guess that's oxidization on there. Solid orange. This is solid green. Very nice green. I guess that's another crimson there. This is a thinner one. This would be for thinner one. This is like a crimson pink with black. That looks pretty cool. This is a little bit like number 14 from before. It is a black, light black and dark gray and green. Very cool. This one, black and green with a little bit of darker mix in there as they go together. This one matches, I think, number 14 really well. This is like that army green with black and gray or whatever that color is as they mix. This one is pretty cool there. Look at that. Woo! Now check this one out, Rebecca. Pink. I'm going to go sharpen this one up a little bit. Yeah, I would call this a pink and a very light purple swirl. Is that crazy? This one is a purple and an orange, light orange. Hey, Denise. That's okay. She was here a second ago. I figured she was still here. I guess she's going live here in a minute. This is a this has got a beige, a light beige, and a light orange. That's going to be slick right there. This one is hey Denise, did you see your pens from this weekend? Wow, what a selection. This is a very light purple and that yellow green look. That's going to be really majestic looking. Crimson and black. I've been corrected. Crimson and black. Black and this beige. It's not even black. It's like a purple. Yeah, really deep purple with that color there. And then this one is a little bit just like the one I showed you, but it has a different pattern. And that's pretty cool for that pattern. Again, that's not black or whatever. It's sort of a deep, deep purple. And of course, we got this one here. Crimson and the beige together. Excellent. Glad, Denise, because, man, them things look, oh, my goodness, I couldn't believe how they came out. They were amazing. I was even blown away. You know, what's not funny is I didn't really notice how amazing they were going to be until I masked them up with the pen blank. Wow. And it set them off. I just dropped them off to UPS here a couple hours ago, so they are on the way to you. And that'll be fabulous. That will be fabulous. Okay, first up, we've got to do this thing for Ditsy's Diamond Den event. But anyway, after we get to Phoenix, we'll start showing those more and cutting them up and making some pens out of them. But man, what a bunch of exciting colors. We'll get them all out eventually, show them to everybody and all that fun stuff. Yeah, it is cool stuff. Okay. So first thing we got to do is we got to put the lathe back together because I was in here this afternoon finishing up some things because now that Brian got us the what do you call them? The bushings, we can now finish up a bunch of pens where we did a pen already, but people were waiting for the bushings. But you know what's funny is I did 2 E-pens and both of them had twist-ons on either end. So a hole all the way through and of course the enlarged holes for the bushings. Okay. Make sure this is all cleared out. Yeah, and we weren't going to go live, but we were messing around today, and I said, you know, we ought to go live one more time before we start packing them. I did some packing in the house, books and, you know, that stuff you're not going to use over the next little bit. All right, so we've got this thing here. And it's going to be a paw blank. And it's going to be 5 inches long. So let me measure first to 5 inches. Denise, we hadn't seen you all weekend. We hope you weren't sick or anything. So glad you're here tonight and in fine form, I'm sure. All right, there's that. Let me drill some holes. 5 inches long. I figured you were real busy at the gun shop or something. Joe was down at the old crawfish boil there with some family. Had a fabulous time. Christine is just getting over being sick, so we're glad she's healthy now, or healthier. Pretty soon she's even going to have a voice, she says. All right, here we are with the cat paws. Let me get the live up on my smart pad over here, whatever this thing is called. There we go. Only worked one day, living it up. Well, I'm glad you're living it up. There's nothing wrong with that. You deserve it, all that paperwork you do. Oh, my goodness. Can only imagine what it takes nowadays to run a gun shop and sell guns, bring in guns, modify guns, sell ammunition, all that. Shooting range stuff, all that kind of thing. All right, blower is on. We'll get this spinning. All right, this is going to be baseball bat 0.56. Let's get rid of the label first. Here we go, that's all gone. And I think this is a prize pen for Ditsy's event. And you know, since it's, I could be wrong about this because I don't keep up on all the events like you guys do. But since it says it's got pause in it, I thought maybe that like in the rough or rough goings or whatever that thing is called. I forget the name of that event. But I think it has rough in the name, right? RUFF. .56 on the money. Wow. Better play the lottery. Got that right down. And Larry sent me a couple of photos of some mirrors he was working on. Look pretty cool. We'll look at those in a little bit. I believe it's Diamonds in the Rough. There you go, Denise. Thank you. Thank you. I knew it had a rough in there somewhere. Yep. Momo and Cindy are chiming in. Yep. So this will be one of the prize pens, I think. We do 0.56 because that's pretty, you know, medium. Momo, it's good to see you. We haven't seen you for a while, and 2 nights in a row you have graced us with your presence. We are all honored. Welcome to the pack. or the Leap, or whatever we call ourselves here. In just in case you haven't heard, we are relocating to Phoenix. So we weren't even supposed to be live tonight. We're going to shut down the shop, but I'm not going to pack the shop till next week. So I thought, oh, we can still get in here and play a little bit and have some fun. But we're only relocating to Phoenix so we can go to lunch with Cocoon. Just kidding. Jim and Jesse are wonderful folks. You guys know I visited them back in January. That was when I made the decision. We need to get to where the weather is awesome year round. Diamonds in the rough. Rough. We don't design is interceptor. We don't design is what is that? Yeah, you have fun, Rebecca. I don't get it. We don't design is to be interceptor. I don't know what that means. We don't need no education. Let's go find us the middle of this little 5-inch blank. Should be about right there, about 2.5. Beautiful, right in the middle. We don't design anything anymore. Hey, Caroline. Every time I hear the word Sweet Caroline or see the name Sweet Caroline, I think of Neil Diamond. Sweet Caroline. Do, 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 do. I forget the words, but it's a great song. Money. Love it. Do, 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 do. I'm in a very good mood, by the way. Had a wonderful day. It's even better now that we're here with all you guys. Let's see. Glad you saw it, Rebecca. I thought you were live already. Thank you, Denise. Hey, Jessica Jenks is in the house. Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. Let's see. It'll be a drawing for this prize tomorrow evening off their live. Oh, that's cool. I see we're the redhead stepchildren. No way, Larry. You're my main peeps, man. You guys are so funny. And I personally like redheads, so you're lucky if you're the redheaded stepchildren. We just got to greet the people that haven't been here for a while, let them know they're loved and wanted and desired. Everybody else knows they are. And if not, and I haven't told you lately, you are highly desired. I'm always glad you're here. Are you kidding? If Cindy and Larry and Joe and where's April again? And Christina and them don't show up, I'm sending out the police and a true crime squad because something happened. See, Joe, you're number 3. And Larry, you're number 1. Design. Oh, yeah, I'm following the paper. That's why I love the paper. I know exactly what to do. Yeah, we're still destashing. Carrie's got a bunch of stuff she's going to put up tonight. Actually, I'm going to put them up, but she's working on the list. A bunch of Disney stuff from Diamond Art Club and I think others. It's looking really good right there. All right. Give a little curly Q on the end, and this one will be in the books. All over but the crying. All right, that's looking pretty good. We'll turn the blower off now, or the sucker. It's not really blowing anything. It's sucking all this stuff here, blowing it out somewhere else. Denise says, my mom loved Tom Jones, so I've been to see. Oh, Tom Jones is amazing. Are you kidding? Him, Neil Diamond. Oh, my goodness. I grew up onto those guys. That's exactly how I sing that song. I love it, Caroline. I love that song. Man, when I was 79 and 80 and 81, before I met Carrie, and I had my Chevy Impala and my Caprice Classic, one of those two things, had a big 8-track player and a cassette player in there, man, I was Neil Diamonding out Tom Jones, Luciano Pavarotti. Man, I was like a mega nerd for music back then. Love the classics. Oh, my goodness. I can't even remember all the stuff I used to have 8 tracks for and cassettes, and as they were coming out in those days. Yep. It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. And now we get to see him on that Voice Europe thing there, but sadly he's not singing a lot. That's a bummer because, man, what a great voice. What a great entertainer. What a great bunch of stuff. And there's some great modern day entertainers too. Michael Bublé, man, he's up there with the big guys. Who's that kid that did the national anthem for the Super Bowl? Charlie Puth, I think his name is. Wow. Talk about a musical genius. I don't even understand half what he was talking about, but he had a video. Or no, he didn't have a video, but a video was made by this musician guy on YouTube talking about his rendition of the national anthem and how he put it together, what he borrowed from. He borrowed a little bit from the Whitney Houston one back in the day. Oh my goodness, it was amazing. I love that musical genius stuff. I just don't understand it. Let's see. Joe says, I think Wayne Newton. Oh man, my dad had a Wayne Newton, whatever the heck he was playing in the car. Must have been a cassette back in the late 60s, early 70s. No, had to have been early 70s when we moved back. And he used to listen to that Wayne Newton thing. Oh, my goodness. Daddy, don't you walk so fast. But he turned out to be a troubled individual. Had a lot of problems. Great singer, great entertainer, but Different. Very different. Yeah. Selling popcorn and pickles. I was working at one of the 2 theaters in our town when that movie came out. Yeah. 80 Steps to Jonah. I don't think I've ever heard of that movie. I remember The Wedding Singer. That was awesome. Neil Diamond's movie. I can still remember Col Nidre. Don't even know what it means. Gosh, we could just start reminiscing like mad here, can't we? Which song was that, Joe? And that's sweet that you missed your daddy. I love it. That's sweet. Ooh, that's feeling good. Feeling good. Oh, it's a Wayne Newton movie. Oh, I'll have to look for that. That song, I see. How about some Floyd Kramer? You know what? I don't think I know that song, that name. I mean, I know the name, but I'm not sure exactly what he sang. But I do remember Jerry Clower from Yazoo City, Mississippi. You remember him? Daddy, Don't You Walk So Fast. Yeah, that is a great song. Iconic in the 60s. Absolutely iconic. I mean, that Wayne Newton was on the Lucille Ball show a little bit and stuff like that. But boy, when he did Daddy, Don't You Walk So Fast, oh my goodness, that just put him right to the top. And then his voice changed. Still great, but his voice changed. I liked Bing Crosby when I was a kid. My music teacher, Mrs. Morris, in high school, she didn't like Bing Crosby. She says, he's not a very good singer. I said, you're right, he's not. But what a great entertainer. Him and that Bob Hope dude, man, doing those movies, The Road to Something or Other. My goodness, that was awesome. Heck yeah. Can't go wrong with that stuff. I know that name, and it's a famous name, Larry, and I just can't remember exactly what he did. But I like country music too. I saw someone doing Mama Sing Bass or Daddy Sing Bass, whether the old Johnny Cash song, and it was a couple singing, or 3 guys. I think they were called Men in Black or the Black Troubadour, something like that. But there's 3 guys that were all dressed in black, and they were doing some Johnny Cash. Man alive. I was feeling some Johnny. Johnny was not a great singer, but what a great performer and storyteller. And he never pretended to be a great singer. He was just famous for telling stories with his guitar. Floyd Kramer's from Mississippi. I'm going to have to go look him up. I love the road movies. Yeah, me too. I saw them all. When I was a kid in the 70s, it was all Elvis Presley, Bob Hope, John Wayne, Bing Crosby and Bob Hope, and scary movies, The Day of the Triffids, and every scary sci-fi movie, man. I was into that Saturday afternoon, black and white, watching on that little 13-inch television. I remember when we got one of those, so we didn't play with the big color TV downstairs in the family room. Man, live. Little 13-inch black and white TV. I was in heaven. Could watch whatever I wanted. Channel 56 out of Pittsburgh had all those old-time scary movies on Saturday afternoon. Jerry Clower, yes, he was in the Navy. Man, I'll tell you, when I was a kid, probably late 60s, early 70s, somebody was playing a Cheech and Chong album, and they took Cheech and Chong off, and they played Jerry Clower from Yazoo City. Oh, my gosh. I never laughed so hard. Jerry Clower from Yazoo City. I imagine Jerry is dead by now. You know, I'd have to, I know that name, Floyd Kramer. I just can't remember what he did. But if I heard it, it'd be like, oh, of course. Of course. A horse is a horse, of course, unless he's Mr. Red. Sammy Davis Jr. came into my dad's Italian restaurant nightclub back in the early 80s. Oh, my. What'd you do with the signature, Denise? Sammy Davis, man, Rat Pack. He was awesome. Yeah, I listen to a lot of Frank Sinatra, too. Another great storyteller. Oh, my goodness. Gosh, there was so much talent. I'm sure it's out there somewhere today. I just don't know where it is. I need to listen to Last Date. Oh, I'll do that. The Last Date by Floyd Kramer. All right, there it is. The prize-winning pen for Ditsy's Diamond Den. Diamonds in the Rough. And this is the perfect pen because it's a bunch of paws. And everybody loves their little paws. We'll get Kevin to buff all that up. Be very pretty. It could be converted to an e-pen for only $49.95 plus shipping and handling. But wait, order 2 for just extra shipping and handling, and you can have it for free. What a gimmick. What a gimmick. All righty. All right, there's that one. That one is done. And then we have another one. And this is for the Fabulous Fluff event. Again, another 5-incher. Oh, this is a beautiful blank. Did I pour this one? Carrie will have to tell me. I recognize this blank. It's been a while since I've seen it. Let me get this baby cut off. 5-incher baseball bat around the same size as the other ones. Coordinates with merch from what's the inner artist choice. So we'll wing it here when we get in there. See what we can come up with. I can't remember who made this blank, but it doesn't have any markings on it, so it might have been me a while ago. Pink ebonite. Who thought that you could take black rubber, add sulfur to it to vulcanize it, and then bleach it somehow to get white, add a little tiny bit of red, and end up with pink? I don't know how that could happen. I do not know. Yes, he did sing the Candyman. Absolutely, because the Candyman can. Yes, he does. Who can take a rainbow, wrap it in a dream? The Candyman can. Everybody knew the words to that song. My goodness. I mean, has all the good entertainment been done? Is that what we're really saying here? You just can't match up to the Masters. And I think that's what we're getting to with Music Monday with the Leopards. I mean, who are we going to look back on 30 years from now? Of course, I'll be dead, but who are we going to look back on to say, hey, that was the guy, that was the girl? I mean, Barbara Streisand, I actually felt sorry for her when she came out and sang on that stage. She's done. You could tell she's not been practicing and keeping that beautiful instrument finely tuned and operational. But man, I loved me some Babs in the day. When I was lying, I used to sing Afternoon Delight. Oh, yeah, that's back when I was 14 years old. No one ever corrected me or stopped me. I used to think it was a great song until I became an adult and learned what it meant. How embarrassing. Yeah, you know, it could mean a lot to a lot of different people. I never got the sexual connotation for years and years afterwards. I was just running around the neighborhood singing Afternoon Delight. But what were you lying about? All right, there's the money right there. What were you lying about, Caroline? Oh, 9 years old. When I was 9, I'm not lying. Some of today's country radio is unrecognizable. Yeah, some of it I don't get, but that's probably everywhere, right? Yeah, me too, Momo. I got a buddy that he can sing every lyric from every song back in the 60s and 70s, but he can't remember who sang it or what the name of the song was, or most times. But he knew all the lyrics. And me, I recognized the song. I could tell you who sang it, but I couldn't tell you what the lyrics were, unless they were super common and easily recognizable kind of things. But I never memorized the lyrics. Little fat, but we're getting there. Let's see how we're doing here. Let's see. Oh, perfect. On the money. On the money, honey. Yeah, Carrie goes, hey, I need you to turn this event pens. And I'm like, I said, why don't we just go live? You want to go live? She goes, oh, heck yeah. And then Kevin texted me, I thought last night was the last live. I said, I lied. Supposed to be. Let's see. I will, Joe. I like some ZZ Top. Yeah, those are good. I'm a metalhead, so the original Leonard, yeah, crashed. Yep, about an hour away. What's you, Momo? You know the songs, know who sang them, but can't sing any lyrics. Yeah, me too. I can hum along really well, and sometimes I can pick up on some oft repeated lyrics. But not like my buddy Monty. Oh my goodness. I was amazed the lyrics that guy knew. Everything. All right. Let's thin this down a little bit. I need to raise my tool rest just a couple of millimeters. There's some heavy metal that I like, and I'm no judge, but I guess I have discernment for myself. I don't like the screaming kind where I can't tell what they're saying. There's what that blank looks like. Whoo, doggy. I think. Let's go find the middle here. This might be a killer jewel. 5 inches long. There's the middle. Let's come out a ½ inch either way. See what damage we can do here. I was in Baton Rouge when that happened. What year was that they crashed? Getting rain and thunder now. Oh, wow. Any tornadoes down there? I just scratched my middle line off there. Here we go. You gotta know where the middle is or you can't really make a ball. Whoever wins this pen, they're going to go like, man, what the hell is this ball staying in the middle? All right, that's pretty cool right there. $72. I was 11. I definitely wouldn't have been in touch with that crash. I heard about it later, of course, and all the. I listened to the professor of rock on the YouTubes, and he mentions that once in a while. All right, we are almost done with this baby. It's looking nice. Let me slow it down here. Turn the blower off. Get the diaper out. Yeah, baby. 19. We are supposed to get some rain tonight. Hopefully no tornadoes, Joe. What's up, Kevin?
Sky.
The sky? No, it isn't. Say it isn't so.
It's up in 30 minutes thunder play.
The thunder play in 30 minutes. That's what's up, Kevin says.
And I'd like to close out the series.
About to close out the first round there in the basketball playoffs for the Thunder by beating the Phoenix Suns, our new team. Yeah, we could just be a Thunder fan forever till they start losing. Gonna be a while, huh? That SGA fella, he may even turn out to be better than Michael Jordan, which is that would be quite the feat. Larry, make the pegs you were looking for, man. That's how they made them back in the day. Smooth, smooth. Yeah, Dulcimer's got a very nice sound to it. You know, when I was I think in 72, I think I was in the 6th grade. No, 5th or 6th grade. Depends on what part of the year it was. But I remember writing on my assignment page some date in 72, and they were talking about having just landed on the moon a few years ago, blah, 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 taking steps, etc. And then it was like, yeah, we're preparing for the turn of the century. I'm like, oh my goodness. That is, to an 11-year-old, 28 years later is like 7,000 years later. It just doesn't compute.
1972, I was up in heaven.
That's right. And now here we are, 26 years past the turn of the century. My goodness. 72. No, from the turn of the century. That was 28 years before the turn of the century, and here we are, 26 years past the turn of the century.
Finding sugar cookies.
That's lovely. Who's going to eat those? Oh, not me. Thunder and hail all gone. Uh-oh. That's good. We need some rain. Everybody needs a little bit of rain.
Dropped off my hard chip lovers.
And how'd they take it?
He just Story gave it to her.
Oh.
She's busy doing the home.
Cool.
Always look at Bucky's.
That's right.
So Bucky's a good year.
Is it Goodyear or Buckeye?
Good year.
Oh, they're right next to each other.
Yeah, the distance from the house to that Bucky's is 15. When that meets.
72, I was in the 9th grade. Yeah, you're a couple years ahead of me, Joe. They held me back. I was too dumb. Well, I'd have been 72. I'd have been in the 5th grade. So Joe was one of those old girls I looked up to. Said, oh, man, look at those 9th graders. Wow, they're so mature. It's funny, all the relativity of life. You know, Larry, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to turn that baton handle, because you can't really have a bunch of holes in it. And you got to put a little tiny hole where the white part's going to go and epoxy it in. If you make the hole too big, like to put on one of these things here, it will, the baton won't sit right in the handle. It'll be all like crooked. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to turn that. Maybe I should turn it and then cut off what I don't want. Do it real long kind of deal. I don't know. Let's see, that was 3. Here's 4. Momo was 2 years old. That's awesome, Momo. How much do you remember from when you were 2? That's the question. I don't think I remember anything from when I was 2. Well, considering there's no such thing of either, make it up, Larry. Write a new book, man. Call it the 5th season. It'll be zombie and vampire apocalypse. And you can have it go any way you want because they don't really exist, so you can make it all up. Heck yeah, that'd be a good series. I wrote a book, Larry. It's on Amazon for sale right now. Hey, Trudy, a zombire. That's about right, Cindy. Yeah. You're about 4. So you're 4 years ahead of me. Joe's, or 4 years. Well, that's the same as Joe. 15 minus 6. That's 9. Yeah, it's 9th grade. So you and Joe are the same age. Look at me in the higher math. What's up with that, huh? Popcorn ceilings going away. Wow. That's going to be like a totally different room. That popcorn ceiling made a lot of visual impact. That was a hot thing during the day. It was to take a ceiling, a really good way to take a ceiling that might not have been perfectly flat and really disguise it well. It was a great, great scheme. I loved it. One more, and then this prize-winning pen will be done. Oh, if you win a pen as a prize, does that make it a prize-winning pen? I don't know. Could be. Hey, Trudy. Trudy was 4, born in 1968. All right, let's go see what this one looks like. Oh, heck yeah, that worked really well. It's very possible that the jewel works on every single blank. Look at the squigglies in that thing there. Sort of got pink, black, and I would call that more of a ghost white than a straight up opaque white. Makes it look more mysterious that way. Very nice. All right, let's see who's next on the hit parade. Let's see. Reaching into the magic box here, we have this could be good. All right, so we got these here, and then we got this one here, and this is going to be 4 1/4 inches long.
And
Dang.
a regular pen, not equal.
4 1/4. Where's my marker at? Right over here. 4.25. And this other one, that is also 4.25. It's already done though. Okay, so let's see. This one here, I don't know, might be too short for 3 restraints. No twist on, no twist in pick, no e-painter pen option. So, Carrie, can we get 3 restraints in the middle of this one? Yeah, I didn't think. I'll make it look like it. Maybe we'll do 2. What's that? Yeah. Yeah. All right, now that I got that little extender in the drill press, there's 1 hole. And now 2 holes. All right, beautiful. Beautiful. Let me throw some bushings in these right here. Oh, this one's supposed to be an E-painter. All right, we'll do that next. Let's see. Let's see. The ceiling in my current home has what is called mop texture. Yeah, that was another one they did too that was pretty popular. Just a random mop head full of joint compound that was watered down a little bit to give that cool thing not be too thick. And it actually does really nice on reflecting sound too. Let's see. Gorgeous pen, not me, Nada from 2. Let's see. Good one, Trudy. Hey, Trudy. Trudy. Wow, stunning. Thank you, Momo. Larry says, beautiful. Thank you, Larry. Joe says, gorgeous pen, Tim. Thank you, Joe. Joe says, not me, Nada from 2. Nada from 2 what? The ceiling in my... Okay, we got that. I wish, though, Daddy was in the Navy and stationed on Key West. You rock, LOL, Tim. So love the jewel. I wish, though, Daddy was in the Navy and stationed on Key West. Heck yeah, that would have been a great place to be, right? I was watching this Peter Santinello fella, and he runs around the country doing these little travel videos, meeting local people. He did a couple of versions down there in Key West. I thought, boy, that's a pretty cool place to live. All right, these next two pens are for Miss Joe Atwood. Oh, shoot. Guess that tool rest wasn't very tight. Yeah, Joe, that one looked really cool on that one there, the Jewel. I think there's a lot of pens the Jewel would look fantastic on. That is nice and round. Nice and smooth. Of course, this is a Joe pen. I got to bring this down a little bit. She gets a 0.46. Now, a good choice by Joe to not have this one be an E pen. And the reason is it's somewhat transparent. It's just got glitter and stuff in the clear part of it. And sometimes you lose a real bit of brilliance by having that hole going through the middle. Okay, so this one here, this is going to be pointy baseball bats on both ends, 0.46, and then restraints in the middle. We're not going to get 3 restraints like Carrie's because we got an extra inch to work with, but we'll do 2 and that'll look fabulous. Okay, pointy baseball bats. Start us in about right there. A little bit more. Make it match the other end. Let's see how we're doing on finger grips here. We're probably still a little fat. Yeah, we're at about 0.50, 0.53. A little bit more to go. You know, Joe, this could also be a jewel if you want. Maybe we got some gold laying in the right place. Let's see what we get when we come in here, you know. See how we're doing down this end now. We're down to 0.49. And Joe's a 0.46. So not far away. I haven't stopped to look at it, but wouldn't it be cool if we had just a nice little fat piece of gold flake right there in the middle? That might be wild. There it is, 0.46 on that one, 0.48 on that one. So that one's perfect. This one's a little fat. Hey, Tim, you should try to come up with one that looks like the Langoliers. My mind, I tell you things I come up with. What's a Langolier? Perfect there and perfect there. Beautiful. I'm my normal self. Larry would love you just like you are. So, Joe, we got some big chunks of gold sitting in there. Let's see where our middle is. Where'd my pen go? My pen's over here. There's 4 1/4, 2 1/8 will be right in the middle. Oh, Langoliers. Oh, yeah. I knew it sounded familiar. I can't remember what the heck it was. Larry, you're on the money, dude. Does anyone watch Something Paradise? You know what? We watched like a half episode of that one night and I didn't get it. But Carrie and I need to go revisit it because you said it was so good. So I'm gonna have to check it out. So Joe, what do you think? Silo. Oh, Silo. That was the one you mentioned. Haven't watched Paradise either. What's a Langolier look like, Larry? So Joe, you want to do a jewel on here? Doesn't have to be restraints. Did Joe leave us? Did she fall asleep? Is she in bed already? We'll wait a minute here. See if Joe surfaces. I know she loves the, because there's a decent chunk of gold right in here and here, that gold leaf, and lots floating around the middle. That might look pretty awesome. Larry, I don't get it, those. You don't get those, the creepy ones? What is Silo about and what is Paradise about? Somebody give me just a quick little one sentence synopsis. Tickle my interest, because I always look for. I'm about ready to rewatch The Pit. I'm telling you, I'm just so intrigued by it. It's such a well-written show that I think I'm getting ready to rewatch all the episodes. Let's see. This is a little smaller one here. There's a 1/4 inch either direction. If we come out to 3/8, that'd make a nice little jewel. Yeah, that was a few minutes ago. I think, the actress or actor, excuse me, that plays Dr. Santos. Super lily white girl, brown hair, pretty eyes kind of thing, big chin like Jay Leno. You ought to hear her sing. She's a Broadway actress. And my goodness, you ought to hear her sing. I think we're going to do the jewel here for Joe because she loves him so much. Yeah. She's not answering. I think she went to take care of the grandkids or feeding somebody or feeding herself. Who knows? So all teeth and all mouth. Dystopian science fiction drama series on Apple TV Plus about humanity living in a giant. Oh, yeah, I read about that. Is it like sci-fi Handmaid's Tale? There's a couple of big chunks of gold in here too, right where the jewel will be. Denise, I got to be in the right mood for a new series. And if they can capture me in the first 30 minutes, bam, I'm sold. Sometimes they don't do that, though. And then I'll come back to it later on because somebody recommended it. And I'm going, oh, yeah, what did I not see the first time? Who knows? Might have been daydreaming about something, or you know how it goes. Like Handmaid's Tale. I think I watched 2 or 3 episodes of it. I go, man, I just don't get this thing. I didn't know the context. I didn't understand the story. And I guess they had cut so much out from the book that I just got lost. Then I went back. And, oh, baby, that's a good story. All right, so what we're going to do with this one, normally I put some dimples right in here. Let me slow this down a little bit. I might be able to put just a little dimple in there to accentuate the dive. Got to get this one a little bit thinner here to match the other side. All right, let's get in here. We make little dimples right in here. Because this is generally the facet part of the jewel. But I want to make these smaller than normal. So I'm using my negative rake small one. Yeah. Just got a what? From who? Oh, I thought you got a message from yourself. Well, she was probably listening and couldn't chat or something. Maybe the iPad's broke or something, or maybe she's taking a shower, getting ready for bed, and heard us from the, oh, that's the first time that ever happened. That's crazy. We'll get us a fresh side of the diaper there. I never saw it. I didn't come through, but oh, there it is. Jewel. There it is. Yeah, I was looking down after she typed that. Yes, do a jewel. I saw Paradise. Momo has it. Sci-fi, political 3. Well, I like that stuff. Yeah, I don't like. I got tired of the zombies. We've done a couple zombies. In fact, the one that was after that mega zombie show was actually better in my mind than the mega zombie show, and that's how it all started. I forget what the name of that one was. Yeah, Carrie doesn't like political thrillers. I love them. I didn't say sci-fi. I said political thriller. What is? Well, it's sci-fi. Well, so is Handmaid's Tale. That's political. That's political fiction. I try everything a couple of episodes anyway. When I got time, why not? Handmaids are mentioned in Bible. Well, yeah, in a different format. In a different format. These handmaids, their definition's pretty extreme. Handmaid's Tale is 100% gaslighting. 100%. Cotton candy blank. What is that, Larry? What's our cotton candy blank? Sounds delicious and wonderful. It sounds very pink. It almost looks like a grape here in the middle because it's so clear. That's crazy. Ah, it's feeling pretty good right there. Right there she be. Walking Dead. Yeah, what was the one Momo that was after The Walking Dead, but actually chronologically came before? Like it's how The Walking Dead happened or something like that. The Walking Dead live in Los Angeles or something like that. I forget the name of it, but I thought that was better done than The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead, I mean, come on, guys. It was like we've worn out our welcome. Let's stop. Some of the concepts were good, like living in the prison, keeping the zombies out. Fear the Walking Dead. There you go. That is it. Yeah, that was pretty good. I thought the writing in that was story and the writing was a little better. I think I only probably watched 2 or 3 seasons of The Walking Dead, and I'm like, okay, this is just like what's the name of that sci-fi show where the kids had the abilities? Heroes. Heroes was good for 2 seasons, and then boom, it just like jumped the shark bad. I don't know what happened, but my goodness, that got unwatchable in my mind. If you're going to have fiction, you got to have fiction believable or completely non-believable, but you can't have it somewhere in the middle, in my estimation. In my opinion, it's exactly what you paid for it, or worth that much, which is nothing. Joe, this should be a smoking little pen when we're done here. I'm telling you. And this is the blank that Carrie designed for, it's called Cupcake Bakery. And it was for Ticket to Ride. It was one of the paintings that they were doing. By the way, Cheryl Katz running that Ticket to Ride thing. That lady is a master. Oh my goodness. She got that thing dialed in. Fear the Walking Dead. Let's see. Larry says, yep. Oh, cotton candy. I see the colors. I'm with you, Larry. I'm with you now. Yep, I'm with you. Yes, I thought you were referencing another blank that I didn't see yet. But that's okay. But you are correct. It's the bakery. What is it called? Bakery, candy shop bakery, or candy bakery, or bakery shop bakery and candy. I can't remember. But it definitely is in that sweet realm. Carrie was, we were driving down the street and she was trying to count and she was using her fingers and speaking out loud. She goes 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And right when she hit 9, I go 5, 6, 7, 8. Schlemiel, Schlemazel, Haas and Pfeffer Incorporated. Do 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 do. And she just started laughing. She goes, "Stop it! I'm trying to count." Oh my goodness. That's what happens when you marry a buffoon. All right. There it is. Oh, yeah. There's a couple of big chunks in there. Yeah. Let me buff this a little bit. Kevin will do better later, but you guys always hear that, right? But I'm going to. At least I'll buff it enough so we can see all the sparkly parts. Oh, yeah, Joe, you're going to twiddle this in your fingers and just be mesmerized by it. This is pretty cool. Oh, yeah. All right, let's break out the old leopard scope here. Oh, last night I asked, does anybody know anything about pearls? Did we get any responses from that? Let's see. Keyboard. Digital microscope. Look at that, Joe. My goodness. There's a dirty part on the end. Didn't buff that part. You can even see that the green or is that green and red that she put in there? I can't remember the glitter in there. I'm going to re-sand this part in the middle. Do you see those lines there? Although we're looking at, 250X, I don't like those lines. The lines aren't anywhere else, so I'm going to get rid of those. There's the blue and the pink and the yellow. Over here, too, we got that blue and the pink and the yellow, all part of that kind of thing. But right there, you see, I see those lines right in there. See that? I don't like that. That refracts a little bit of the light, and I want to get rid of those. So we're going to spend a couple extra minutes on that middle part here. Let's go back over to the lathe. You can't see that with your naked eye, but it reduces the brilliance a little bit. Thank you, Momo. Let's see. Let's get back over here. Right there. Yes, Trudy, especially in the clear. And the thing about this center part here is it's a little bit smaller than a regular jewel because it's a smaller pen. So you can't leave the sandpaper sitting in the same place for too long because it literally will create those grooves. So you got to keep it moving. Easier to keep it moving on the bigger parts, a little harder to keep it moving in here because you're jamming it back there in the corners. But I can see the reflection. That looks a lot better right there. Yep, that's better already. Hello, Ann. How you doing? Good to see you. Right now, we're shining up the ball. And again, you won't be able to see the lines because we look at them with a microscope, but it will reduce that brilliance just a tiny bit. It's like having a foggy diamond with a bad surface. I'm feeling it as though I could feel those little tiny ridges. I couldn't. There's no way. Yeah, but does anybody know anything about pearls? Carrie found some pearl necklaces that her mother gave her. Some of them have sterling silver clasps, and they got the nice knot. I don't know if they're real, fake, or whatever. But I'm going to have to take them to a jeweler and tell them because she don't want them anymore. She doesn't wear pearls. They might be worth $1 billion. All right. The water reflection is looking really good. Yeah, it would have been probably the 70s, 60s, and 70s. I think some of them I could tell are really. If you go to AI, it says do the tooth test. In other words, rub it against your tooth, and real pearls should feel grainy. But I think you got to rub quite a few on your teeth to sort of get the idea of what's fake and what's not. So that didn't really work for me too much. Let me buff this real quick, and we will look at that jewel in the middle. How much for that jewel in the middle? All right, let's check this out now. Back to the microscope. My brother, yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, you can rub them together as well. But wouldn't you have to do a few of them to know whether they were or weren't? I just I wasn't impressed with my ability to tell. I'll show them to you here in a little bit. All right. Oh yeah, look at that surface now. All those little things are gone. Yep, all those little lines are gone. Look at that. Ooh, yeah, baby. Yeah, I get that, Denise. I don't know whether it's gritty or not. I think you need a real pearl and go, hey, rub this on your teeth. And then take a fake pearl and say, hey, rub this on your teeth. And then you could probably, after a few hundred times, be good at telling it. I can't tell. That's the problem. I just don't know. Okay, this one here is going to be an E pen. This will be Joe's Sapphire Ebonite. There it is. Looks like a black tube, doesn't it? And we got to drill the middle out. So we'll get Mr. Chuckles out. Here is the Chuck. Did I move the camera yet? Yeah, I just wonder how do you know it's gritty, or how do you not know it's gritty? Or let's see, where am I going? 16 megapixel. There we go. I don't know how to tell whether it's right or wrong. Some of them actually look like pearls, and even cultured pearls are still real pearls. Yeah. Denise told me to do the same thing AI told me to do, and that her brother does, probably when they're hawking them or something like that. But I never felt pearls on my teeth in my life, so now I don't know whether it's good or bad. Feels smooth to me, but then again, it might be gritty and I wouldn't have a clue.
Of course, my mother, but my father claims that they're like.
Well, of course, they claim they're real. They want everyone to think they're wealthy. Oh, yeah. All right, let's get this drill bit in here. Turn that down on slow speed there. Speed it up a little bit. Oh, it smells so good. It smells like hot rubber. There we go. All the way through. It is now an official E-pen. You can shove a tip at either end right now and use it like it is. Yep, I can see all the way through it. Blow her off. Okay. Put that right there. We'll bring this over here. Put this back in here. Take this thing off. This is Mr. Chuckles right here. There we go. Yeah, I did look at him under the scope, and I'll show him to you guys. I mean, one definitely looks real to me because it's not a perfect circle. It's almost a little elongated, which I thought, oh, that's cool. But it definitely looks real. Got that nacre, N-A-C-R-E. That's what they call that's the oyster shell, or what's the blanks we make? Oh shoot, I can't remember the name of it. I'm drawing a blank. I'm just losing it tonight, folks. Which the ones I made have the little black lines in it with the green, the blue, and the red, and the clear. No, I want to say ebonite, but it's not ebonite. It's something to do with a mother of pearl type of thing. Like diamonds, do they have marks in them? I'll show them to you. I don't know. I didn't see the marks. I didn't see any marks that I would have noticed as a mark, so I'm not really sure. But the clasps are definitely stamped 92.5 or sterling, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, I definitely looked at them under the scope. But Carrie drug these out. I think she's had them in the closet since 2018 when her mom died. Okay, let's go see what this is going to be here. This is going to be rounded, pointy, 0.46. It is 4 1/4 inches longer. And she's going to get a bee stinger. So rounded. So this is going to be a solid e-painter pen from the ground up. Okay. So we'll start on this end here, and we'll make us a rounded pointy end at 0.46. And turn the blower on. Abalone. There it is, abalone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, we'll show them to you, Denise. And I was going to take them to do pawn shop. I guess pawn shops take those in, huh? That would make sense. That's why your brother knows what to do with them. We'll do some oyster investigation. Maybe I'll sell them to Eric. Yeah, Joe, we'll get these finished tonight, get them out in the mail tomorrow. Very exciting. 0.53, we're getting down there, not quite there yet. See where we're at. We're at 0.49. Almost there. I love how this ebonite looks so nondescript when you're turning it. It just sort of looks like, what the heck is that stuff? And then you shine it up and it's like, woo, wow. 0.448, 47.5, right around there. We're getting down there, 0.46 on the money. I love it. Look at that blue come out of there. Woo, man. I can't really grab that stuff out because it's like strong, stringy. Air blows it right off, though. Jeweler for appraisal, yeah. Can you do some of the inlay powders in that ebonite? I don't know, Larry. I don't know what an inlay powder is. I mean, when they're making a rubber, this is 100% rubber. There's the beginning of the bee stinger. Look at that blue come through. And what we're turning off at this level is the oxidization of the rubber. And that's why we wax them. All right, there's our base. Looking beautiful in here where you get the angle changes and stuff like that. And over in here, we've got to get something that's undulating so that it looks really cool. I would like to have one. You'd like to have one what, Larry? Like in your and Carrie wear that you made in the rings. Oh, you mean that there? That's just mica powder with resin. I don't know how that would work with this. I mean, it's sort of its own separate little beast type of deal, you know? I'm not sure how you would do that, but man, you could figure it out. You bet. All right, so I would say my working area is probably from there to there. So I got a good 2 inches in here. And this is Joe's finger area here. So when you look at it like this, and you're diamond painting, and Joe's fingers are smaller than mine, she's all down in this area here, and this is just going to be all decoration. You know, Joe, we might get away with a jewel. If there's that one there, and that was our center area, we wanted to come out to 3/8. I've never done a jewel in ebonite. What do you think, Joe? I'm going to come out just a little wider. I'm going to come out to a 1/2 inch. Is that too wide? Nah, it might look okay. I might split the difference between that 3/8 and a 1/2 inch. What do you think, Joe? Another jewel? We would definitely see some undulations. No, that's too wide. I had to go with a thinner there because I need some place for the facet. Larry almost had a runaway blank. I don't know what that is, Larry, but catch it quick. I think we're going to do it, Joe. That'll be very interesting. See how this carves like that. All right, here we go. We're only going to go to 3/8. because I need a little room for facetizing this thing. All right, let's get some facets in here. Once we curve this, it'll end right here a little bit, so it doesn't look so abrupt. That almost looks like a little vase right there. We get just a little bit more undulation right there. Joe, looks like a vase is holding your jewel in. Man, Joe's got a bee stinger, a vase, a jewel, a facet, and a finger. My goodness, Joe, this pen is loaded. All right, that is, looks like a little globe in there. All right, here comes the good part. Now, I've learned as I'm doing ebonite that this first couple of effects of the sandpaper and stuff, let me get another block here. The more time I spend on the first two, where's my knife at? Here it is. On the first two levels of sandpaper, the better the final finish comes out. Like that one we did last night. That thing was mirror finish. So I'm going to spend a lot of time on these lower two grits. Feeling good. That reminds me of a vase with a glazing ball. Oh, that's cool. Larry's trying really, really bad right now to do magic. You go, Larry. Tear it up, brother. Give it your good old David Copperfield try. Joe is telling me to do my magic, but Larry took it as though he was being told to do magic. So he says, I'm trying. Oh, I'm typing really bad. Oh, typing really bad now. Never mind, Larry. I can't read. Must be getting late. I did get up about 6 a.m. this morning. Yeah. It's sort of funny as I go to bed and I don't move or wake up or nothing. All of a sudden, about 6 hours, you're awake. That's it. You're up. Get up. Go do something. I sit there and go, let me put my iPad on, put my little earbud in. I'll listen to something and then go back to sleep. Never happens. That's feeling nice and smooth. Joe, I think this is going to smoke your eyeballs when we get underneath the microscope. Because right now it just looks sort of all black, doesn't it? Ooh, that's feeling really good. Right here. A little rough right there. I'll get a design patent on the jewel. No, thanks. $1,500? Nah. I mean, it's nearly impossible to enforce. Patents are only good when you got a team of lawyers behind you. Sort of like that design patent that Bella Art had on their thing. Very nicely written patent. I looked it up. It's legit, but it doesn't stop anybody from doing anything because it's all you have to do is modify their design a little tiny bit and boom, you're free. And the ability to enforce that patent if somebody was copying would take thousands and thousands of dollars. So they got a legitimate patent. I appreciate that. There was a lot of work going into it, drawn up nicely, but not very enforceable. Unless you talk to a patent attorney, he'll say, oh, heck yeah, we could enforce that. Just give me $10,000 to get it going. Oh, I see how this works. Good night, Momo. Go get some sleep. See, we were talking about sleep, and Momo was like, I got to go get some. I got to go get some. All right, even though I did that one, I'm going to do that sandpaper again with a fresh piece, just to really work it. And this baby is going to shine like a ceramicized car from a high-end body shop. Yeah, Joe, you were a party animal this weekend out there doing them burls. And this thing is going to feel so different in your hand than all the other ones made out of resin or wood or anything. Yeah, then you'll get the ebonite bug. I'm absolutely in love with that pen I did last night. I'm going to sell it, though, because that's what I do. And I'll make another one. But that is a $150 pen all day long. That the kit alone was about $65 just for the kit. Just for the kit. My goodness. But I got 2 more kits like that, so I'll be picking some wild ebonite when we get to Phoenix and doing it up there too. Something in the background. Kevin's over there buffing. Carrie's all the way across the room talking now and again. Carrie's packing over there. I got to tell you, Denise, I was so excited when I got done with your pens yesterday. I thought, my goodness, I even told Carrie, I said, this is probably the best single set of pens. And Denise has got a lot of beautiful pens, but all those pens together, especially that Slimline, I'm actually in love with that Slimline kit now.
I saw that it was like a a dark pink, and I think it's called terrazite or something like that, which is the wood chips inside the resin.
Terrazzo.
Yeah, that.
Terrazzo blank.
Yeah, something like that.
Terrazzo series or
You know
talk.
I'm not good at pronouncing.
That's okay.
And so I saw that. I'm like, it's got, and then I saw the copper pen kit. I'm like, oh my gosh, this has to go on this blank. End of story. And then the other ones I just kind of matched. I didn't know the other ones were like that matte. What was it? That matte finish or
The matte finish on the metal,
I didn't know that had that.
the chrome and the gold. That was gorgeous.
Yeah, I was feeling chrome.
I'm gonna
and
get
gold.
some more of those pen kits. Those are awesome.
It's really nice. I didn't know they were different till he did them, and I went, "Oh wow!" So,
I gotta tell you, Denise, I was doing that Slimline kit, and if you watch the video of us in the afternoon turning that one, I was like, "What the heck? How is this doing this?" And you gotta cut it down this far, and then you gotta cut a groove into it for that middle copper ring, and then you gotta glue the copper ring in place. I'm thinking, this is the craziest pen kit I've ever done, but man, it was worth it. And all those cigars, boy, they look good. Oh my goodness, you're gonna be the queen of the ball at the gun shop. Queen of the ball. Someone's yelling no in the background. I don't know who that is. Oh, she was telling me when I said I'm going to sell it. She's like, no, no. I mean, how many pens can a guy have? Crying out loud. Carrie's like, I don't have any, but she needs them all. I just enjoy making them, and I'm going to look at it for a while and then sell it. Because that's going to buy me more stuff and more tools to make more pens. That's all. Who knows? More blanks, more kits. I could sell that and almost buy 3 more kits.
I have a problem.
What? Yeah, you do have a problem. Show everybody your problem.
I have an issue. This is my problem.
You got to get away in there. There you go, right there. You won't see it for a while.
I know how
Okay.
it works. There it is.
That's her issue. Excuse me. I got to finish up here.
There we go.
Yep. Excuse
Every
me.
color.
Yep.
Patience.
Now I need this color. Now I need this one. I need this as a model. I'm like, oh, okay. So it's the model trick, huh? I need this as a model. Oh, Joe, this is smoking my eyeballs right now, and it's not even done yet. I'm serious, man. This is too cool. I haven't even stopped to look at the jewel. I can't wait to see what the jewel looks like with its little layers of the blue and the black. Oh, boy, does that feel smooth. Whew. And now we're just to the point of polishing it.
I'm Papa Joe's pen.
Buffin' Joe's pen. Don't drop it. It's got a jewel in it worth $1 billion. Tim, if you look a green pen and the pink in their Hunter pen kit, the copper stands. Oh, I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree, Larry. Can't argue with Larry, man. He's got a good eyeball. He knows what he's looking at. I never thought this was going to turn out to be a vase right here on the end. That's so funny. All right, last piece of sandpaper. Then we're going to get to buffing and waxing, just like a car. We're going to buff and wax.
Yeah, baby.
I don't know. I guess I don't understand the complete quality of the junior sets of kits, junior Abraham, junior gentleman, all that kind of stuff. They're super high end. Everybody doesn't mind paying that for the blank. I just don't understand the complete quality yet, but I'm still doing the research. I'm not poo-pooing the blank at all. It is a beautiful pen. And Joe, that Schmidt ball, roller ball, whatever that thing writes like a dream. It's got the beautiful feedback like a fountain pen. Couldn't believe it. All right, I think we're just about ready to buff and polish this baby. All right. Oh, Joe, this is going to be crazy good. Look at that thing. That cries. I am now buffing it. Yeah, Joe, the jewel was the right one for this one. Oh, my goodness. No, that's not why. What's that, Kev? No, I was buffing the ebonite on it. We're going to replace it anyway. I got a brand new one right behind there. Okay, where did my Maguires go? Oh, right over here. All right, Kevin moved my Maguires because he was working on pens. And that's okay. Let me turn this way down. It's the Maguires, Joe. Joe used to work for that company that made Maguire's wax. Maguire's Auto Care products. All right, we'll let that glaze over. I think this can of Maguire is probably going to last me 20 years. Let's see, what am I doing? I can relate to Carrie. I'm having to box up stuff like we are moving just to have the flooring done. Yeah, I got you. I would love a jewel. You got a jewel. Oh, is that? Oh, I got to scroll back. No, that's it. I think my thing is stuck. I'm going to restart the live on my computer here. I think I was reading far back up. Let's see. I would love a jewel. Yes, most pens I was made from cutoffs from a gun shop that builds muzzle loaders. Very nice. Mostly free wood. That's the best kind, Larry. A best kind. Free wood. Okay, we're going to speed it up now. I'm going to get out my microfiber. Whoo, look at that baby shine. Yep. Okay, here we go. That is subtly gorgeous. Gotta blow it off. Yeah, I got a little fuzzies on it. Let's get to the leopard scope. All right, are we ready? Here we go. There's the bee stinger. There's the vase. And there's the jewel. And that truly is a jewel. Look at that, Joe. Is that crazy?
It's okay.
There it is. The Battleship Joe. Look at that jewel. Is that too? Look at all those layers of the rubber, the blue and the blue, and I guess that's a green or a gray or something with the black.
Looks like gray.
Yeah.
Grayish green.
It's a mixture of the blue and the black, whatever that is. Very cool. And that is done. Kevin doesn't even need to buff that one because it is all done.
Joe's our pinto.
Yep, that's good. Mom can pack them up tonight and out the door they go. Let me just buff the ends of these where the bushings were so they can be shiny too. All right, a little bit of alcohol on there to clean up with the Q-tip here.
Yes, it is, Larry. Yes, that place here. Ebonite.
That is ebonite. Yes, Larry. All right, that is ready to go. All right, that was fun. Where's Joe's other one? Right down in there. Perfect, Kevin. Boom. This goes out to Mom and out the door. Okay, that was fun. Move your soda and your stuff there. Thank you very much. Where my hand goes, Kev. I just knock it on the ground. That would be no good. There we go. There's Kevin. Let's see. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for this evening. The Diet Coke. We appreciate you being here, as always. Always a pleasure. Wow, 2.5 hours we went. That's pretty good. Nice. That was fun. Let's see. He uses McGuire's and Mother's. So is that blank ebonite? Yes, sir, it is. And just for everybody's consumption, there's the stack. The stack of gorgeousness. Yep, we do got to pack it. That's okay, Kev. I can pack. I'm pretty big. But yeah, there it is. There's the. I really like these solid ones in there. I can't wait to see them glisten with shine. It's going to be amazing. Yep. The two red ones are the same. I put them down there. Yep. Beautiful. There's so much possibility with these things. Anyway, you guys have a good evening. We'll see you in Phoenix. We're not going to go live tomorrow night, I promise, but we do have a live on Wednesday for Carrie's week 4 Ketner thing. And then I think the next Monday is the grand finale prize, whatever. And that's it. You guys have a great evening. Bye-bye.